katotohanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 4.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is Stephen Amonag del Sol for koolNews at 4. You're listening to us right here on Cool FM Nationwide and News Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories that care for you. After 6 hearings and 5 contempt orders issued against her personnel, Vice President Sara Duterte finally took an oath to tell the truth during the House Committee on Good Government's probe on the alleged misuse of her office fund. During the 7th hearing of the committee held on Monday, Duterte was requesting to be acknowledged to address issues that she believed were urgent. Committee chairperson and Manila 3rd District Representative Joel Chua said they would only recognize Duterte if she took an oath, which she did. Duterte attended only one of the 6 past hearings of the panel, the first hearing held last September 18. The vice president, however, was eventually excused after she refused to take an oath, claiming that the administration of oath is only reserved for witnesses. Chua then said that resource persons are considered witnesses during investigations in aid of legislation. During ramble that her time was wasted in the first hearing as no questions were asked. Chua reminded the vice president that she was not quizzed because she did not take an oath. Duterte showed up at Monday's hearing at 11:56 a.m., saying that she wanted to accompany the OVP personnel who appeared before the hearing. She said, kailangan ko samahan sa House hearing yung mga OVP personnel na nandoon. The committee secretariat confirmed that the following OVP officials were inside the hearing room, including Assistant Secretary Lemuel Oltonio, Gina Acosta, Sunshine Fajarda, and Edward Fajarda. Last November 11, the 4 OVP officials were cited for contempt under the motion of Antipolo 2nd District Representative Romeo Acop for their continued defiance of invitations and summons issued against them. Their presence is believed to be a key for the committee's investigation, as lawmakers said they think all 4 would be able to shed light on the issues involving acknowledgement receipts for confidential fund expenditures made by the OVP and DepEd. Previously, the committee uncovered issues regarding the ARs, such as instances when the CF was received by the same person but the signatures were different. Before this, the OVP was also called out for problems regarding its ARs. During the committee hearings last November 5, ACO pointed out that several of the ARs were signed by a certain Mary Grace Piatos, which he said bears a first name similar to a coffee shop, while her last name is a famous potato chip brand. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. said on Monday that he would fight back against the assassination threat made by Vice President Sara Duterte against him and his family. Marcos said this in response to Duterte, who on Saturday claimed that she had hired someone to kill him, his wife Liza, and cousin Speaker Martin Romualdez if she herself is killed. Marcos said that the Vice President's recent pronouncements were, quote-unquote, alarming.
Nakakabahala ang mga pahayag na narinig natin nitong mga nakaraan. Nandyan ang walang pakundangang pagmumura at ang pagbabanta ng planong ipapatay ang ilan sa atin. Kung ganun na lang kadali ang pagplano sa pagpatay ng isang presidente, paano pa kaya ang mga pangkaraniwan na mamamayan? Yung ganyang kriminal na pagtatangka ay hindi dapat pinapalampas. Yan ay aking papalagan. As a democratic country, we need to uphold the rule of law. Ako, bilang pinuno ng Executive Department at lahat ng mga nanunungkulan sa pamahalaan ay may sinumpaang tungkulin na tutupdin at pangangalagaan ang konstitusyon at ang ating mga batas. Kaya hindi tama ang pagpigil sa mga halal ng bayan sa paghahanap ng katotohanan. Hindi na sanang hahantong sa ganitong drama kung sasagutin lamang ang mga lehitimong katanungan sa Senado at sa House of Representatives. Ang katotohanan ay hindi dapat itokhang. Tapos na sana ang usapang ito kung tutuparin lamang ang sinumpaang panata na bilang lingkod bayan ay magsabi ng totoo at hindi hahadlangan. Imbis na diretsahang sagot, nililihis pa sa kwentong chicheria. Hangad ko na matuldukan na itong mga pangyayaring ito sa paraang matiwasay at magdadala sa atin sa katotohanan. 12 taon din ako nanungkulan sa magkaparehong kamara ng Kongreso. Batid ko ang kapangyarihan iginawad sa kanila ng taong bayan at ng ating konstitusyon. Dahil dito, iginagalang ko ang kanilang gawain bilang isang independenteng sangay ng ating republika. Kahit ang buong executive branch, lahat ng mga ahensya ay hindi nakakaligtas at parating sumasailalim sa kanilang masusing pagsusuri. Bilang isang bansa, marami tayong mga paghamon na dapat harapin at mga suliraning dapat bigyan ng lunas. Sa kabila ng mga pambabatikos, nakatuon ang aking pansin sa pamamahala. Ngunit, hindi natin ikokompromiso ang rule of law. Kailangan manaig ang batas sa anumang sitwasyon, sino man ang tamaan. Kaya hindi ko hahayaan magtagumpay ang hangarin ng iba na hatakin ang buong bansa sa burak ng politika. Igalang natin ang proseso. Tuparin natin ang batas. Alalahanin natin ang mandato na pinagkatiwala sa atin ng milyon-milyon na Pilipino. Magtrabaho po tayo sa ikauunlad ng Republika ng Pilipinas at para matamo ang bagong Pilipinas.
That was the official statement released today by President Bongbong Marcos. Meanwhile, in the other news, the House of Representatives has beefed up its security after Vice President Sara Duterte claimed to have contacted an assassin to kill Speaker Martin Romualdez if a supposed plot to kill her succeeded. Here's a statement from the ambush interview.
Sir, may paghihigpit po ba ng security dito sa House of Representatives given na meron pong pinitiwang threat laban kay Speaker Martin Romualdez?
Yes. Nag-double security kami. Tapos, meron pa din kaming information na darating dito si VP.
Sir, paano double security? Yeah.
Yes.
Paano yun, sir?
Well, ang nag-augment sa amin yung PNP. Kasi hindi naman kami makaka-hire ng additional. No? So, pagka may additional security requirements, we always ask the PNP to beef up our security.
Saan yung double security, sir? Sa perimeter?
Both. In and out.
Pati yung posting ba ni Speaker, dinoperate na sa
Hindi naman.
Sir,
Same pa rin.
may red alert ba? Ganon? May ganong factor po?
Wala. May narinig ba kayo? Wala naman kayo nakitang red alert dito.
Lockdown, wala namang ganon.
That was the voice of House Secretary General Reginald Velasco. Vice President Sara Duterte on Monday stood firm that her statement Bongbong Marcos Jr. killed if an alleged plot against her succeed was, quote-unquote, maliciously taken out of logical context. Here's a report from Inquirer today.
Vice President Sara Duterte says her murder threat supposedly taken out of logical context. Duterte, in an open letter on Monday, November 25, questions the pronouncement of the National Security Council on Sunday, November 24, that it considers all threats thrown at Marcos serious in a matter of national security. Duterte says she wants to see the notice of meeting, list of attendees, and the notarized minutes of the meeting where the council resolved to consider her remarks as a national security concern. The vice president also asks that her request to present to the council the supposed threats to her and her office be included in the agenda for the National Security Council's next meeting. Duterte also challenges the Council's definition of national security, arguing that it pertains to the protection of the country's sovereignty, which confines the function of the agency to the formulation of policies for such. She also questions why she wasn't invited to the Council meeting when she herself is supposed to be a member, citing Executive Order 115, dated December 24, 1986. According to the Vice President, she has not received a single notice of meeting since June 30, 2022. She then requests the agency to submit to her the notarized minutes of all meetings conducted by the Council from June 30, 2022. In a press conference early Saturday morning, November 23, Duterte claimed she had already instructed someone to kill Marcos First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and cousin House Speaker Martin Romualdez if she herself is ever killed. Malacanang then tagged Duterte's remark as an active threat against the president. But just hours after the vice president's revelation about supposedly hiring an assassin, Duterte clarified that the threat was merely a warning, reflecting what she called revenge from the grave should she end up dead amid a supposed threat to her life.
Also, before we go on a break, the Department of Justice on Monday said a subpoena would be issued against Vice President Sara Duterte following her assassination remark against the first family, the President and Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez. At a palace press briefing, DOJ Undersecretary Jesse Andres said the NBI has the power to do this. This developed after the president vowed to block criminal attempts amid Duterte's statements that she already gave an order to have the first couple and Romualdez killed should an attempt on her life succeed. This is a developing story. This is koolNews at 4. You're listening to us right here on News Radio 93.1 and Kool FM nationwide. We will be right back after this break.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Katip's Hot Dog. Amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Neutral Light Style Low Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. Pride Bar Blue. Hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. Jor A Supermarket. Ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Unique toothpaste, Maxalaga with maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. And Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high-definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV. Araw-araw ang ating Pasko sa iyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Babala sa publiko. Pinababatid ng National Telecommunications Commission o NTC sa publiko na may natatanggap itong mga ulat tungkol sa mga taong nagpapanggap di umano na tauhan o empleyado ng NTC. Ayon sa ilang ulat na natatanggap ng NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, ang mga scammer ay tumatawag sa biktima at tatakutin na ang numero nito ay sangkot sa isang scam. Ang nasabing biktima ay hihikayatin na magbigay ng pera upang hindi na masampahan ng kasong kriminal at matanggal sa listahan ng mga nang-i-scam ang numero nito. Madiin na ipinapaalahanan ng NTC ang publiko na ibayong mag-ingat mula sa ganitong uri ng modus. Ito ay isang uri din ng scam at hindi lehitimo ang mga tawag na ito. Kung may impormasyon sa ganitong uri ng scam, maaaring ipaalam sa NTC upang magawan agad ng karampatang aksyon. Pagbigay alam ang ganito o iba pang uri ng mga scam sa mga susunod na opisyal na mekanismo ng NTC. Complaint links sa www.ntc.gov.ph. Pag-email sa contratextcam@ntc.gov.ph. consumer@ntc.gov.ph. Pagtawag sa 1682 24/7 consumer hotline at sa mga numerong 892-044-64, 892-677-22, and 892-13251 mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Nagpapasalamat ang NTC sa mga miyembro ng publiko na nagpabatid tungkol sa nasabing uri ng panloloko.
Mga kasangga sa kalusugan, narito ang dagdag kaalaman para manatiling malusog ang ating pangatawan. Hatid sa atin ang Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Para sa inyong kaalaman, ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom ay nagtataglay ng polysaccharide compound na nakatutulong palakasin ang ating immune system. Nakatutulong din upang maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng anumang uri ng tumor. Kapag malakas ang ating immune system, ligtas tayo sa anumang uri ng karamdaman. Kaya naman isa ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom sa tatlong mahalagang natural na sangkap ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Dahil gusto namin na sa bawat paghigop mo ng napakasarap na Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix, kasanggaan nyo kami sa kalusugan. Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Ang sarap ng natural.
Kahit always blooming bango sa Surf Fab. New Surf Fab and Fresh and Bloom. May 3 times amoy pawis shield. Kaya kahit always blooming bango sa Surf Fab. Based on black cast and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf!
Padala, el 4 padala mula sa M-Lulier. Mabilis, madali, maasahan. Kwartang pinag-irapan, pinag-ipunan sa M-Lulier. Ang hindi nagkakaingatan, madalang kinakailangan, labis na inaasahan. Mabilis makakarating sa paroonan. ML Kwarta padala, pamilya padala, padalang galing sa puso.
Tayo na sa iyo. Tayo'y magpatingin. Tayo na sa iyo. Sila'y eksperto at magagaling. Sa iyo. Inyong mata ay mahalin. EO Executive Optical. Ang practical. EO Executive Optical. Ito'y practical. EO.
At talagang tuwang-tuwa ka pa sa pagligo sa alulod, ha? Umuwi kang ang bata ka at maligo.
Maghugas ka ng maigi ha. Galing ka pa sa bukid.
Hugasan mo yung kutsara bago mo gamitin. Baka naihian niya ng daga.
Walang pinipiling lugar ang leptospirosis. Sa school, sa daan, kahit pa sa iyong tahanan. Maglinis, magmasid, mag-ingat. Labanan ng leptospirosis. Kung may posibleng exposure, konsultayo sa pinakamalapit na health facility. Para sa libreng konsulta at reseta, tumawag sa DOH Hotline 1555.
Passes the ball and wow! That's a slam dunk! Ma, paglaki ko, gusto kong maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, star rice at gulay kapanak. May star margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya up with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa iraramba. Extra busog sa crispy chicken fillet meal at crispy chicken fillet ala king meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Pasko na naman! Ang saya at ang sarap ng Pasko ay tulad lang naman ng pagbabago ng kutis ko. Alagang-alaga ako ng gandang natural herbal soap. Kaya naman, ang laki ng pagbabago. Mga kati-kati at tigyawat ay wash out. Kaya ngayong Pasko, sadyang masaya ako. Maggandang natural papaya with tawas and turmeric soaps, kinu-whitening ka na rin, my dear. Available na sa mga botika, drugstores, groceries, Shopee at Lazada.
Araw-araw ang ating Pasko sa iyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Welcome back. Emirati authorities have arrested 3 people suspected of involvement in the disappearance and murder of Israeli Moldovan Rabbi Zivi Kogan in the UAE. No further details on the identity of suspects or their role have been released yet. I-24 News correspondent Ariel Oseran brings us the latest.
What do we know about the arrests made so far by the UAE?
Not much. We know according to a statement by the Emirati Interior Ministry, that they arrested 3 suspects, praising themselves for reaching them so quickly, but saying that the further details will be disclosed as the investigation is concluded, meaning that they apprehended the suspects. They're interrogating them, is my understanding, but there's no definitive final. They're waiting till this interrogation ends until they're going to disclose additional information. According to Chabad, the Chabad movement, the Tzvi's body, the rabbi's body, is going to be transferred to Israel tomorrow with an expected funeral on Tuesday in Israel. Now, we don't know the identity of the suspects, but we do know that we're talking about the murderers themselves, not people who assisted them or suspects from a second degree. These are who Emirati police believes to be responsible for the murder of Rabbi Kogan. And we have to remember that this comes with post-October 7 tensions, the Jewish community in the Emirates, they kind of took a lower profile, whether it was in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. We also know that Emirati authorities did not allow any pro-Palestinian rallies to take place there because they're trying to exhibit neutrality, openness to all faiths and cultures, and it's murders like this, attacks like this, that undermine that deeply embarrass the authorities there. That's what prompted them to also cooperate with Israel so tightly, and also to swiftly bring these suspects to justice. But we know that this is really acting against what the Emiratis are trying to portray, their public image. Israel is not necessarily officially, but is tying this to Iran. I would imagine this would emerge as the investigation further deepens. But if indeed there is an Iranian fingerprint on this attack, it would be detrimental. It would cause a lot of tension between the Emiratis and Iran, two very close trade partners. But in terms of attacks like this is not what the Emiratis want to see in their territory. We know the upheaval that was in Abu Dhabi following the elimination attributed to the Mossad of El Mabhouk, a senior Hamas official in Dubai back in 2010. Following that, Israel vowed not to carry out any targeted eliminations of its enemies on Emirati soil. It appears that if indeed this was this had Iranian involvement, they are not keeping good on their potential promises, and this could change that dynamic with Israel. I know that the Emiratis do not want to see this escalate and do not want to see retribution taken on Emirati soil, and I would imagine there are high-level diplomatic discussions between the Emiratis and Israelis regarding this incident and also moving forward.
Mary Jane Veloso may serve the rest of her sentence either in Metro Manila, Palawan, or Davao, Bureau of Corrections Director General Gregorio Catapang Jr. said on Monday. Veloso will likely stay in a minimum security compound of a correctional institute for women, along with around 20 other persons deprived of liberty, Catapang told reporters. If she will prefer sa Palawan kasi mas maaliwalas doon, or kung gusto niya sa Davao, mayroon din tayong CIW doon, he said. She can also be employed sa banana plantation. Magtatrabaho siya agad kung may skills siya. Si Veloso is already sentenced. We are just applying the sentence of the Indonesia government. Veloso is expected to stay in a diagnostic center for 2 to 4 weeks to assess if she has medical problems, Katapag said. In 2010, Veloso was arrested in Jakarta, Indonesia for carrying 2.6 kilograms of heroin in her luggage and was supposed to be executed in 2015. Earlier this month, President Bongbong Marcos Jr. announced that Veloso would return to the Philippines after the Indonesian government decided to transfer her custody to her home country. The Katapang said she will be also trained by TESTA if she is free in order to have her skills back to her normal life. Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. reminds soldiers to remain professional and competent amid what he said are myriad of events that transpired in the country that have shaken the political environment. This is his statement.
Allow me to take this opportunity to remind our soldiers in the Armed Forces of the Philippines to continue to be professional and competent. In the past days, we have seen a myriad of events that transpired in our country. And this has shaken the political environment of our country. As soldiers, we should not be shaken by this. Hindi dapat tayo maapektuhan ng masama dahil dito. We have just to remind ourselves of the vow, yung panata na ginawa po natin nung tayo ay bagong pasok lamang sa serbisyo. And up to now, no, I was hoping we were going to do that, yung vow natin bilang mga sundalo. But today, because we are having a special flag raising ceremony for the 18-day campaign to end violence against women, ay hindi na po natin ginawa ito. But in that vow, sinabi po natin that we vow to defend the Constitution of the Philippines. No? That means that we have to follow the chain of command. So sinabi natin, we are loyal to our country, we are loyal to our flag, we are loyal to our organization, and we are loyal to the Constitution. This also goes to say that we are loyal to the duly constituted authorities. No? Whoever that may be. No? Hindi po tayo loyal sa tao, kundi sa posisyon. No? And in that vow that we took, VOW, no? Yung vow natin, yung panata natin, sinabi natin na we will continue to uphold the Constitution. So, yun lang po ang isipin natin para hindi tayo ma-confuse. Very clear yung ating mandate, yung ating mandato. So,
that was the AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. And finally, for the showbiz news, fresh from the phenomenal success of their 3-day Grand Biniverse concert last November 16, 18, and 19, Tenacious girl group Bini continues to endear us with their highly anticipated appearance on the Star Magical Christmas 2024 conducted at the Soler Resort North on Sunday, November 24, yesterday evening. From showing up as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 2023, the cherished and celebrated Walo Hanggang Dulo brought out the fun this year by collectively transforming into a Noche Buena table spread. They were among the attendees who opted to go quirky and uniquely creative with their costumes for the star-studded shindig, which immediately trended online as people tagged them as Noche Bini or Biniche Buena. Gwen's entire costume represented a Noche Buena table as she was seen holding 2 candles, wearing a crown of poinsettias and her red gown being the mantle of tablecloth, upon which the other girls stepped on its long and wide train as they together struck poses for the cameras. The other members, on the other hand, put on costumes that resembled traditional Pinoy Christmas treats. Stacy was the buko salad with 2 cherries on top. Mika was the queso de bola. Aya was the lechon. Master Joanna was the fruit basket. Colette was the ham. And Maloy was the lumpiang Shanghai. And Sheena was the soft drinks. Aside from catching everyone's attention with the now iconic stunt under Star Magic Christmas 2024, the night also ended with Beanie being the biggest winner as they bagged not just 1, not just 2, but 3 awards. The first one was the Ring Light Radiance Award that they won alongside Bel Mariano, then the Breakthrough Artist of the Year, and the Star Magic Artist of the Year 2024 as the last. Nakaka-feel good, right? And speaking of the feel-good stuff this Christmas, each of the attendees in the Star Magical Christmas 2024 brought with them a toy which were gathered in a huge box at the end of the white carpet and will be donated to the Bantay Bata Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all for Cool News at 4. We will return later at 6 p.m. Philippine Standard Time for more news and headlines. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news at gmail.com. Coming up next on Cool FM, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang rock-rockan ngayong Lunes sa Rock Weekdays with GAG. I'm Stephen Juan Del Sol. Take care and God bless the Republic of the Philippines. Susunod din on Cool FM. Ang iyong hinihan, ang inyong tahanan.